Hey everyone, and welcome back to Crime Between Us. I'm Adam.
And I'm Sandra. And yeah, we're still kind of shaking from this one, to be honest. It's a lot.
It really is. It's one of those cases where, okay, the facts, they kind of say one thing, but your actual gut just screams that something is, well, very, very wrong.
Yeah, like your brain keeps just trying to solve it, right? But the deeper you go, the less it just makes any sense at all. It's maddening, honestly.
Absolutely. And today we are talking about the frankly terrifying case of Elisa Lam. She was a 21-year-old student who vanished from a hotel and was later found dead inside that hotel's water tank. It's just horrific.
And the part that really gets people, the thing that just haunts so many, it's not just the body, it's the video, the elevator footage, her movements, her hands, the look in her eyes. It's unsettling.
If you've seen it, you know what we're talking about, and if you haven't, well, you will.
So I guess let's talk about who Elisa Lam actually was, Beyond like the sensational nature of the case, she was a student, first and foremost, at the University of British Columbia, like up in Canada.
Right, and she was traveling solo through California in early 2013, wasn't she? Just kind of taking in the cities, staying in hostels, which is, what a lot of students do. And she was also journaling everything online, which I guess ended up giving us a lot of insight later on.
Yeah, she really did. She posted a lot on Tumblr, actually. She wrote quite openly, it sounds like, about books, her mental health, feelings of loneliness. She was very open, very vulnerable, just really trying to figure herself out. Like a lot of people that age are.
Absolutely. And then she checks into the Cecil Hotel in downtown LA, which yeah, that's the Cecil Hotel, isn't it? The one that's like notorious for its dark history, crime, suicides. I mean, you name it, it's been associated with it. So that's where she was.
Yeah, that's the one. It's got a really, really heavy vibe just from its past. And that's where everything sort of converged, I guess you could say. So, I mean, she checks into the Cecil, and then it was late January 2013, and Elisa she stopped calling her parents, which is obviously a red flag. And then she missed her checkout.
Yeah, right. And the staff at the hotel, they were the ones who really noticed things were off. They said she was acting like really odd, like talking to herself apparently, and even changing elevators, which is like a weird detail.
It is. It's super weird. And, the police, they came in, they investigated. There were no signs of forced entry in her room. No evidence of a struggle at all. But then they did something that really changed everything. They released this elevator video.
Oh, man. And that's where this whole case just absolutely exploded online, didn't it? Like it just went viral.
Yeah, totally. It became like full-on conspiracy fuel, Like you see Elisa in this elevator and she's just pressing multiple buttons, peeking out, hiding, moving her arms around. It's really unsettling. It's like she's talking to someone, but you can't see anyone there.
Or, she's trying to get away from something, like she's running from something, and people just started speculating about everything. After that video came out, didn't they? Like, was it ghosts? Was it drugs, mental illness? Or, was it foul play? It created so many questions. And then, weeks later, after all this searching, after guests started complaining about, like, really low water pressure and, a pretty weird taste in the water, staff found her body.
Oh God, yeah. It was inside the rooftop water tank, which, I mean, just the thought of that, it's just horrible.
It is. And the details of that discovery are like just as perplexing as the video itself, She was found naked, apparently, with her clothes floating nearby in the tank. And the lid was, quote unquote, officially closed. Which, like, how? How does that even happen?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what everyone was asking. Like, there were no alarms triggered, right? No cameras focused on that specific area, no fingerprints, nothing. She was just there. And she was dead.
And the autopsy, it said it was an accidental drowning, which is it just doesn't make sense given everything else. No drugs were found in her system, no alcohol. And really, the biggest question still remains, how on earth did she get into that tank in the first place? I mean, no one knows. No one has an answer for that. So, with all that baffling stuff, I mean, naturally, people started coming up with theories, right? Some really focused on her mental health, suggesting maybe her bipolar disorder led to some kind of hallucination. That she wasn't seeing things clearly.
Yeah, or that she was like being followed. There's even this super dark theory about it being a copycat murder, almost mirroring a Korean horror film. It's pretty chilling to think about, really.
And then you add the hotel's history into the mix, and it just gets even weirder, doesn't it? I mean, the Cecil Hotel itself is notorious. People call it cursed. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, stayed there. Another serial killer too. Suicides, murders. It's just soaked in death historically.
It really is. It has this incredibly dark aura. But what's so wild about Elisa's case, Adam, is that even with all that dark history, her situation still somehow stands out, Because truly nothing adds up.
Exactly. Nothing. You've got locked doors that she supposedly bypassed, alarms that just didn't go off when they should have. And then there's the footage, which some people are convinced was edited or tampered with for whatever reason.
Yeah, and those tank lids, I mean, they shouldn't just close on their own, especially with a body in there. It's like a loop, isn't it? You keep digging, you keep looking for that one piece that's going to make everything click into place, that's going to solve it.
But it just never does. It never quite fits. So, after everything we've talked about today, what do you believe? Do you think it was an accident or maybe a cover-up, or is there truly something way darker at play here?
Yeah, I mean, we don't claim to know, right? We're just trying to lay out the facts as best we can. But what we do know, what we absolutely firmly believe, is that Elisa Lam, she really deserves to be remembered, not just as a theory, not just as a mystery, but as a person, as a real person.
And, to help with that, we've actually linked to her blog, her actual blog, the official autopsy report, and some really detailed timelines of her movements and the investigation in the show notes. So you can, go check that out for yourself and form your own conclusions.
Exactly. So thank you, as always, so much for listening. Please, subscribe, share this episode if you found it intriguing, and definitely send us your thoughts. We'd love to hear what you think about this case.
Yeah, we really would. And next week, we're actually diving into another incredibly baffling case, a missing persons case that just completely turned into something absolutely no one expected.
Until then, stay curious, stay aware, and stay with us.